Hello, everyone. RBG Kid here, back with some more Lil Guardsman. In the previous video, we went to the wedding and nothing but actually a lot of shit went down. First of all, the leader of the Goblin Liberation Army came in to stop the wedding and pronounce his love for the princess. And she loves him too, and they were gonna get married, but then an arrow flew in declaring war from the pissed off other kingdom that we did not choose to marry with. Oh well, their loss. Fuck them. And shit's just getting real. We ended part 1, now we're on part 2. Let's see how this goes.
The Sprawl, news about the war. On the front lines, our homegrown heroes are holding toe-to-toe against the pungent Petradians. But back in the barracks, folks from home and away are signing up to do their part. You might even find the odd Petradian joining our ranks to fight against their own. Go get 'em, soldier. And get 'em once for me. Talk to your local Godshed operator about how you can join the Sprawl Army today. Join the Sprawl Army today.
Yeah, let's see how this goes now. Maybe instead of prison, we have them enlist in the war or something like that. I don't know. We'll see.
Any questions?
Yeah.
Did you see my dad? He was there. He looked okay.
No, I meant questions about the new drafting procedure. It was in the weekly update video.
You mean the propaganda video?
You know what propaganda is?
I'm 12, duh.
I didn't until I watched that video.
Listen, people are going to come up asking about joining the army. It's your job to decide if they're a good fit, especially considering who else is coming to enlist that day.
I thought my job was to decide who to let pass the gate.
That's also your job. This is wartime. You have to do 2 things now.
Ah, damn it.
Wish my dad was here. He'd show me how to get out of doing 2 things.
Up until now, we've tolerated a 2-star average with you, Guardsmen. Not anymore. We are dancing on a knife's edge here, so now you have to maintain a 2.5-star average, or it's game over.
No.
Oh, and if you don't draft the right people, we could lose the war. Also game over.
Ah, fuck.
Wait, figuratively or literally?
Both.
Both.
I knew it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I like Lil so much.
Well, I'm gonna go.
You're just gonna leave after dropping something that heavy on me?
Fine, I'll stay. We can tutorial some more.
We can tutorial some more.
Actually, I'm starting to see the appeal of your first plan.
I thought you might. Goodbye, Lil.
I love this game. This game's, oh my god. I'm sorry that I keep, saying how great this game is, but it's great. After months of this siege, the Sprawl's resources, namely its food store, have reached a new dangerous low. If a guard discovers any means to improve our dwindling food supply, you are to contact either myself or Lieutenant Stryker. Via the contact leadership will reflect on your star ranking. Alrighty. Relayed. Any individuals or group coming from outside the Sprawl who will burden our meager food supply are to be carefully vetted. Like with item 1, the decision to admit anyone who fits the description should be run by either Ash or me. Best of luck to those becoming responsible for drafting individuals for service on the front lines. Remember, there's always more than meets the eye. And although it may seem like sending more people to the fray is the right idea, that is not always the case. Hey, guard Odes. I'm breaking in a new assistant down here in the dungeon. Go easy on him if you get him when you call. Alrighty. This is gonna be rough. 16. Okay, what the fuck is up with my controller? Hells yeah. Begin! So I knew there was a wartime thing, but I didn't know if this was going to happen.
Excuse me, ma'am. Is this the place where a fella could sign up to join that war that's going on?
It is. Why? Do you know someone who's looking to sign up?
Sure do, ma'am. His name is Elmer John, and you're looking at him. I'm talking about me, ma'am.
Yeah, I got that. Now, what's a guy like you doing wanting to fight in a war like this?
I fight for one thing and one thing only. My one and only love, Glorianne.
That's very heroic, I guess. This Glorianne, is she your sweetheart?
She sure is.
And does Glorianne feel the same way about you?
She sure does. At least, I thought she did.
Dish the details, Elmer. What happened?
Well, you see, ma'am, how it is like... It's like this, you see. It all happened this way, it was.
Elmer, faster with the dishing.
I'm sorry, ma'am. It's just all too painful to talk about. We were engaged to be married, and I caught her in the arms of another man, my neighbor Bosco.
How dare she?
I know!
Ah, no!
So you're heartbroken and running away to war?
Exactly.
I mean, I feel like there's nothing in here to use.
Do you really think running off to war with a broken heart is the right thing to do? Have you tried talking to her about it?
No way, no how, no ma'am. The minute I saw them together, I jumped to the first conclusion in my head and left town to do the first thing I thought of doing. Now, are you going to let me join up or what?
You seem set on running away from your problems. Who am I to try and stop you?
You're the one in charge of drafting people, aren't you?
Oh, right, I am. I guess I could stop you if I wanted to.
I think I should stop him. Yeah, I'm not gonna let you go, bud. You need to talk to her.
I don't think I can, in good conscience, send you to the front, Elmer. Go home, find Glorianne, and talk to her.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I was making one of those, what do you call it, hasty decisions I always make. I'll go home and see my Glorianne, who I caught in the arms of another man, and I'll make the biggest apology banner anybody ever saw.
What's an apology banner?
It's the easiest way to say you're sorry. So long, ma'am. You take care now. Glorianne, I'm a-comin'.
Ah, it's you again. I remember you, the miserable wretch who sought me the last
shit.
time I came to this repulsive,
Do I
simmering
not get a-
carbuncle of a city.
Do I not get a thumbs up or like how? Okay.
I remember you too. You're that unpleasant, obnoxious Ebenezer Scrooge knockoff.
Ha!
Yes, we have met.
Yes, we have met.
It is my intention to go straight to the bank of the sprawl and have my substantial monies removed from this sinking barge of a city before the banks are overrun, or worse, sacked. Mr. Dunn just needs to hear my confirmation number, and I will have my fortune sheltered in a more rich people-friendly nation.
You really think the people of the Sprawl are dumb enough to sink their own bank?
Inevitably, people flock to BS at the first real sign of danger.
I mean, I believe him. Let me talk to Stryker.
His money could really help the city's defenses. Between building materials and repairing the damage this war is causing, we are hemorrhaging money at this point. If there was only a way to talk him out of it, there must be a way to pull at his heartstrings, if he has any.
You can't let the bank fail. We need that BS money to make sure the city doesn't fall.
Well, you should have thought of that before convincing the princess to turn down that delightful Prince Phineas.
Is there anything I can say to change your mind? You'll totally save the day if you help the city. They might even throw a parade in your honor.
Parades? Yuck. Peasant fashion shows at best. At worst, jugglers. Ooh.
Alright, let's try this again. So let me just talk to you. I don't think he cares about children. Don't think he cares about the goblins.
Yes. It is my intent, Mr.
You really?
Inevitably.
You can't let the bank fail.
Well, you should.
Is there anything I can say? Oh, come on. What would your mother think?
Taking all of our family fortune away and leaving the poor to die in the streets? Mumsy would be so proud. You've delayed me long enough. It doesn't matter what you do at this point. I'm taking my money and leaving this miserable city to rot. Deny me entry, and Mr. Dung has my express orders to dissolve my account and have my money sent to me elsewhere. Arrest me, and with my one phone call, I will have Mr. Dung carry out my wishes from jail. It's inevitable now.
So at this point, it's lose-lose no matter what I do?
Yes, you've hemmed and hawed your way to a 1 star, and now I'm going to leave this city without one of its major funders. Too bad, so sad.
I want to try with him. I want to try something.
Ah, it's you again.
I remember.
Yes, we have met.
There has to be something I can do. Maybe Malcolm could help?
This is the dungeon of Malcolm the Great?
Just read the cards!
Oh, okay. This is the dungeon of Malcolm the Great. May I take a message?
Wait, who is this?
Who is this?
Lil.
Oh, Lil! It's me, Wilp!
I thought so. Listen, there's someone here I think would like to speak with you. Go ahead.
Well, is it really you?
It is, Your Grace.
Wilb, I never thought I'd see you again.
Well, we are on the phone.
How are you? Have you been treated poorly?
No one ever treated me as poorly as you, sir.
I miss you, well.
I miss you too, sir.
Come, run away with me. We can leave this war behind us and start again with all of my money.
Sir, I never cared a jot for your money. I only wanted to be with you.
Oh, Wilb, my heart sings.
My heart
No matter what happens to me now, I will dedicate my remaining life to you.
Wow, I did not expect this to
What
happen.
about your remaining money?
I'll donate it to the poor. Just kidding, but I won't take it away with me today.
Good enough. Get in there and reunite with your friend.
True love conquers all. Way to go, Cupid. I somehow did it.
Where is he? Where's that meek little slunk of a man?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Did a hopelessly heartbroken fella by the name of Elmer John come by this way? Spouting a crazy notion, like running off and joining the army?
As a matter of fact, he did.
Oh, Elmer John, what have you done? Tell me, did you allow that fool to throw his life away over nothing?
I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you or not.
I have to know if you sent him off to war, because if you didn't send him, then I'd like you to send me, to get as far away from that fool as possible.
Uh-oh. What's up, girl?
I take it you're Glorianne.
That's me, Glorianne.
The same Glorianne that was caught in the arms of another man?
It's not what it looked like. And if Elmer John had stuck around for more than a second, I could have explained that to him.
And you're sick of these lunk-headed men getting all hot and bothered and making hasty decisions over something that could have been settled by a rational conversation?
Exactly.
She wants to join the war front. I'll let her join the war front.
Even if that fool Elmer John is drafted as well, and he's there waiting for me with his big dumb eyes and his cutie pie dimples, it won't matter. He won't be able to smooth talk his way back into my heart after doing something so stupid like running off and joining the war. At this point, it doesn't matter if you let him in or not. Either way, I've made up my mind.
Love that fierce determination. But you really don't want to know if he was drafted? What if he's at home waiting for you, with a big old apology banner that says, "I'm a fool, take me back"?
He's run out of apology banners this time. Him and his suspicious mind. Not to mention the wartime measures prohibiting the sale of fabric for such frivolities.
You know what? Fuck it. Come on in. You wanna be drafted? Be drafted.
Now, I'm not doing this because I drafted Elmer John and I want you two to be together.
I understand.
And I'm not doing this because I didn't draft Elmer John and I'm trying to keep you two apart.
Understood.
I'm doing this because I think you'd make a mighty fine soldier, soldier. You're drafted.
Maybe I should have drafted Elmer Fudd. The Goblin approaches, whistling a happy tune.
Oh, hello, Lil. Isn't it an absolutely beautiful day? Sun's shining, birds chirping. Why, a gobbo could almost sing about it.
Nice to see you again.
You too. I'm just coming from a conference of GLA members from different nations looking to help each other out.
The GLA sounds like it's thriving.
It sure is. We made some major inroads with a sympathetic group of Petrardian miners. They've offered to dig tunnels that will bring food to the sprawl without anyone knowing.
Oh.
I hope we can get these plans to Queen Desdemona for her stamp of approval. Then we can get things underway.
You should take these to the Queen.
I'm on my way there now.
Guess I'll call Ash.
Tunnel plans to increase our dwindling food supplies? Let him in post-haste. Let him in. The city's best and brightest will go over the map and construction will begin in no time. We have food! We have food! Well done, child.
Alrighty. I think that's good enough for me. Come on in. The water's fine.
Lil, it is always a pleasure.
Julian, I hope you have a fantastic day.
Do you really mean that?
Of course.
I sincerely do. Keep up the great work, friend.
Thanks, Lil. You're one of the good ones.
Aw. I'm sorry for putting you in jail earlier. The tunnel plans are underway. Soon there will be food for people of the sprawl. Well done. We're doing good. We've had 4 stars so far. We're doing great. I have no idea if the things with the drafts get counted or not.
Lil, listen, I wanted to say I know things must be tough for you with Hamish out on the front lines and...
And what? The fact that I have to work a full-time job at age 12?
Yeah, that's gotta be tough.
And the fact that I live alone on top of a dive bar?
Well, you meet some interesting people.
That's true.
And the fact that my dead mom's still dead?
Ooh.
Oof, yeah, that's pretty rough. Well, if you ever need someone to talk to, you know where to find me.
I'm actually not sure I do know where to find you.
Oh, well, normally it would be at the barracks, but for the foreseeable future, I'll be running security for Her Majesty Queen Desdemona. After you finish your shift, Her Majesty and the Royal Consort have asked to see you.
Okay.
Oh, Cecil. Once again, we dance this dance. You come to escort me to bigger and bigger meetings. I make fun of you. Quite the team we are.
I should have stayed in school. She's meeting with some high-ranking member of the Mages Guild to discuss battle strategy. To be honest, the guild hasn't been very supportive of how Her Majesty has handled things.
Clearly.
She was looking for a bit of backup and wanted you specifically.
Good.
Well, she can count on me.
I'm glad I'm glad I made sure that the Mages Guild didn't get that letter and made sure that the Mages Guild didn't teach the whatever kingdom about resurrection. Because I feel like that would have been some bullshit.
I hope so too. The fate of the Sprawl may rest in your hands.
It always does, Cecil. I'll see you after my shift.
How many do I have left? I did 4,
Thanks,
so
Lil.
I think there's
And if you write
3
your
left?
dad, tell him we all wish him well.
I will. I know he'd love to hear it. See you later, Cecil.
I'm not gonna be mean to him. Familiar group of black cloud folks approached the shed, weeping and moaning. Oh no, who passed?
You must help us, child.
How?
We have been left without shelter. It's awful.
Scarborough has fallen.
Oh.
I spent a summer growing up in Scarborough. What happened there is a crying shame. While our food supplies remain dangerously low, with the tunnel operation unlocked thanks to you, we should just be able to feed everyone, including these refugees. You may let them in. However, with groups like this, you have to make sure criminals aren't infiltrating the sprawl, hiding in plain sight. If things were different, we'd give you time to interview them individually. But things aren't different. So do your best, and don't mess up.
No, I don't want to call anyone. Shoot spray.
I still miss my beloved Sprankles. Boo-hoo!
I've been doing my best not to fantasize about poisoning my employer lately. Must not confess crimes, must resist child's powerful spray. Gah.
Excuse me, what?
All right, I did it.
Oh,
I lowered the
I
bridge
did
and
it.
let those...
Bastards!
Right, those bastards. I let them in. It was me.
He begins to sob.
Oh, you sneak.
You are hereby banished from the court of Scarborough.
Prince Phineas was right. Soon the entire sprawl will fall to the might of the kingdom of Petran. Oh, go away.
Oh, go away. Ah, I think I saved the sprawl there.
Spotted, Guardian.
Listen, I'm just doing my job.
And that's how you truth spray your way to success.
Excellent line, milady.
But that was... Oh, never mind. Even with that settled, I'm still not sure what to do with these people.
Well done uncovering that horrible spy.
Can we come in and eat now?
I mean, yeah, let him in. I have no reason not to. Unless, of course, you only give me 3 stars, then I'm gonna be pissed.
Bless you, dear child.
Yes, thanks awfully. As I said, we are incredibly hungry.
There should be enough food for your people. We have a new plan to bring more into the sprawl.
Regardless, you are a hero in the history of Scarborough. If our lands are ever restored to us.
Hey, you did the right thing in a previous turn. You unmasked a traitor, and you were kind to refugees. 4 stars. Yes! We're getting so close to a 4-star perfect day. If this last guy is a drafty, which looks like it,
Where do I enlist?
I might bring you in.
You're there. Here.
Then what are you waiting for? Sign me up already. The name is Bosco.
Wait a minute.
I heard that lily-livered runt Elmer John came by this way, and I want to catch up with him so I can smash his head like a jug.
You're just the kind of guy we're looking for. But I'll need more than just a first name to sign you up.
Houlihan.
Houlihan.
Okay, Bosco Houlihan. And last thing, why do you want to smash Elmer's head like a jug?
Because he's a fool.
I trust it's common practice to go around smashing people's heads like jugs where you're from?
Only if they're dumb enough to run away from a quality dame like Glorianne.
So to be clear, you're mad that he ran away from Glorianne?
Yes.
Because you wouldn't run away from Glorianne if she wanted you.
Yes, but she's made it clear that she doesn't.
This little drama is wrapping up quite nicely.
Man, I don't know if I should.
Will once I smash Elmer John's head like a jug.
You must have smashed a lot of jugs in your day.
Yes, my father was a jugsmith, and I hated him.
And I hated him.
Jugsmith.
It's a real thing. Why are you stalling? Let me through. I want to go join the army so I can...
Smash Elmer's head like a jug. Yeah, I got it.
No. Well, yes, but I want to join the army so I can find my place. My purpose. Glorianne doesn't want me. I have come to terms with that. Maybe in the army I can find some brotherhood. Some kinship with other people who maybe have signed up for the same
Just because of this
reasons
line
as me.
right here, I'm going to let you in.
A broken heart and a desire to break heads like jugs.
Like jugs.
That was surprisingly deep, Bosco Houlihan.
I love all of Little's little animations and poses.
Now let me at that rascal Elmer John and I'll tear him apart like an old hat.
First it was jugs, now it's old hats.
Anyway, you're hired, or you're enlisted, you're drafted. Ooh, so many outcomes could have been with this, too.
Listen, Buster, we need you.
My name is Bosco.
I know.
But...
Listen, Bosco, we need you.
Okay, good. Look out, Elmer John. I'm coming to smash your head like a jug.
Yeah, go get him, if he's there. Honestly, I forget what I did with him.
I think I did good with the draftees. Boom! 4 stars. I only got 30 gold. Ah, that should be a 40. True love conquers all. Huzzah! The war room.
Which is exactly why we must start using them immediately.
The risk is too great.
We need more time to study the long-term repercussions.
A luxury we can ill afford.
Your Majesty, Lil has arrived.
Sup?
Thank you, Cecil. Lil, thank goodness you're here. I've got a problem.
You have an opportunity, Your Highness.
You know Tyronius Athanatos, I believe.
Unfortunately.
I had the pleasure, I guess.
Yes, I remember this little guardsman.
It's little.
And Dr. B.
Little.
Have you met Dr. Beatrix von Matterhorn, Lil?
Yes.
I have. She works at the hole in the ground by the edge of town.
Yes, I mean, it's an archaeological dig site, but yeah, that sounds about right.
I like her.
Yeah, she's the one who gave me the chronometer 3000 on my first day.
Ah, so she does have access to power crystal technology. I might have known.
Wait, Lil has had access to power crystal technology this whole time? Maybe it's not as dangerous as we imagined. She seems fine.
We don't know that. It's still too early.
How long can we wait? How many brave soldiers of the Sprawl must give their lives before we use the tools we have available?
Let me fill you in on what's going on here. The Mages Guild feels that if they had access to power crystals, they could hold back the enemy and maybe even win the war outright.
Okay, so why don't they go buy some? I know a guy in an alley. You know what? I'm gonna stop there. It's starting to sound weird.
They want all the crystals. Access to every dig site and existing stockpile in order to amplify their power.
The good doctor could simply give us the blueprints. Or better yet, the working model the child has in her possession. This would allow our research to flourish in no time.
Dr. Beatrix feels that there are too many unknown variables to use it safely on a larger scale.
And I agree.
The Mages Guild is and always has been reckless. There's no way I'm handing my research over to you. Not until I see the full effects on my human test guinea pig here.
Here's the thing. I love the princess or the queen now. I will follow her. Beatrix, you're a second person. I will follow you. I am never going to listen to this asshole, the freaking Mages Guild guy.
Yeah. Wait, what?
We both knew what this was.
Well, Lil, you've been using power crystals at the guard shed. What do you think? Are they too dangerous?
I do.
They are way too dangerous. I use the chronometer 3000 under very specific circumstances. You start manipulating time out there in the everyday world, who knows where it could lead?
Spoken like a scientist. Do you have a master's degree?
I'm 12.
How many times do I have to tell you people? I'm 12.
Thank you for your counsel. I always appreciate having multiple opinions when it comes to big decisions. I have made up my mind. Dr. B will continue to oversee Lil's progress with the chronometer 3000, and it will stay out of the hands of the Mages Guild until we can be certain that it is safe to use in this war.
Then at least allow the guild access to the crystal reserve for the sake of the Sprawl's future.
For the time being, the reserve shall remain under my control.
For the time being.
My decision is final, Tyronius. You will find that I am not as easily swayed by you as my father was.
Hells yeah. Sup?
I'm just here to support my lady love. This choice has been eating her up inside. It's an important decision, and I want to do anything I can to help.
I think she made a good choice. With you, I mean.
Thanks for your insight, Lil. I'm sorry to keep putting you in this position.
No, you're not. No one is.
Why the princess listens to you, I will never understand.
She's the queen.
It's like you're the only two people in the Dead Mums Club. My mother's terrible. That should count for something.
Dead mums.
Hopefully your words will not sway Desdemona on future matters.
I'm glad calmer heads prevailed. At least for now.
I don't trust the Mages Guild in anything, so fuck them. There's Fireball Canyon, Cladar, and of course Petran. Meve and the Sprawl smack dab in the middle.
Hey, you spoke well today, Lil.
No shit. Thanks.
One more message for you today. I was instructed to tell you to head over to Malcolm's to meet the advisors. Good luck.
Oh, great. What do they want from me now? Right, no one's in jail.
What I don't understand is why would they have summoned her to a meeting without us there? Where's the fun in that?
Without at least one of us there.
And we all know it should have been me.
You really believe that, don't you?
When it comes down to the serious, important things that affect this kingdom, I think they'd rather take advice from the strategic mind of a ranking military officer. Rather than the 2 cents of a goofy, hopped-up lunatic with questionable taste in fashion. Or a lousy court jester.
Ouch! We were both in the firing line on that one.
Well, all that being said, you still weren't asked to join said quorum, but she was.
And she is here.
What?
She is here. She's here. She's here. Lil is here. I really have to work on my subtlety.
Ah, Lil, you're here. We heard you got summoned to talk to the Queen and her new choice of partner for some kind of special quorum.
How was it? Was it boring? What kind of boring things did they talk about while you were there? Tell us.
I think if they wanted you to know what they talked about at the meeting, they would have invited you.
She won't tell us anything. She's as useless as you two are.
I take offense to that.
Offense to what? Sorry, I got distracted.
Can I go now?
You're dismissed.
Can I go now? My dad is like at war and I'm miserable, alone. I have to work an adult job. I have the fate of the Sprawl on my shoulders and I'm fucking 12. It's rough being little. Hi, surrogate mothers.
Lil, how goes the Battle of the Southern Gate?
Same old. How are things around here holding up?
Great. Business is better than ever. Something about war and the idea of impending doom really gets people out to the bar.
That's good?
You bet it is. If this keeps up, we'll finally be able to get this place up to code.
Then we can get rid of the rats.
We don't have rats.
We don't have
We
rats.
do, but technically they have us.
Turns out they own the building and we just rent from them.
But if we make enough money, we can buy out from under them. As far as landlords go, they aren't the worst.
I could do without all the hissing.
Hey, that reminds me. Lil, you got a letter in the mail.
A letter?
How did that Never mind. A letter? From who?
Is it from
From
Dad?
Hamish.
It's
A letter
Daddy.
from Dad? Gimme.
Gimme. I love her voice,
Hey,
man.
Sweet Pea. How's everything back home? I'm doing okay here. I've gotten to know a lot of the guys. Then when they don't come back from battle, I get the chance to get to know a few more. I miss you. I know you might be scared right now, but don't be. It'll take tougher stuff than this little war to do in your old dad. Please let me know that you're all right, or even if you're not. I need to hear how you're doing. I love you, Lil. Dad.
Aww.
Love you too, Dad. But what should I write back to him? If I tell him things are tough here, he might worry and get distracted in battle. But if I tell him I'm doing well, he might feel like I don't need him and then get distracted in battle. He's easily distracted. Oh boy, neither answer seems right.
Are you talking to me?
No.
Ooh. Should I be positive or honest with Dad? I'll be honest. Lil will write a letter that expresses her honest feelings about how difficult things are for her. Are you sure? No! What about positive then? That's just everything's going great in order to make her father feel better. Are you sure? I'm gonna be honest. I'll stick with it.
There, that should do it. Hey Arda, mind making sure this gets to where it needs to go?
Sure thing, Lil. We're all thinking of your dad, Lil.
Thanks.
Well, if it isn't my old pal Lil.
Oh, so now you remember me.
Always did, kiddo. Just had to play it cool while at my legitimate place of business. My former legitimate place of business, that is.
Oh no, what happened?
Tough to say, kid. Could have been any number of things. Change in management, downsizing on account of the war.
It was probably the illegal gambling operation you were running out of the concession stand.
Tough to say, kid. Regardless, I'm here on official bookie business. I've come to collect a debt from Hamish.
Sounds about right. How much does he owe you?
30 gold, and I've got the marker to prove it.
Hey, I earned that.
And so did I. Pleasure doing business with you, kiddo. But hey, I'm not all bad. I hate to take a young kid's pocket money so heartlessly.
Doesn't seem that way.
I mean, I was gonna pay it back anyway.
Hate to take it without giving them a chance to win it back, that is.
Fredo, no gambling.
No gambling.
No gambling, Fredo.
No gambling, just talking.
No gambling.
Listen, the Sprawl Brawlers are playing out of town today, and they got the game on that there TV. Tell you what I'll do. You pick who wins, and I'll give you your 30 gold back. If you don't, I keep it. How does that sound to you?
That sounds like gambling.
No gambling.
I ain't hearing a no here. Which team do you want to hear about? Now this team is really something. The owner fired all the players and hired his extended family to play for the team. I'm talking cousins in the outfield, aunties on the pitch, and even his great-great-uncle is playing the fourth-stop swing. Never seen a team bicker so much, but when someone insults their mother, they're on. You betting on them?
I know.
All right,
Oh,
kid.
shit, well.
Your bet is in. Good luck.
Well, I was gonna want to hear the other team, but I was gonna bet on them anyway, so.
I bet Brawlers fans are sure wishing their star players weren't cannon fodder for an enemy army right about now. Great Uncle Zach, the Falcon's elderly but unstoppable full-stop swing, was just lifted up by his formidable nephews, Kron and Lorik, breezing past the Brawlers' warded circle.
I mean, I was gonna pick them anyway, because I feel like someone is gonna insult their mothers.
Sprawl's third whacker, Korab, ended up with a face full of mud. Truly grim stuff for the Brawlers. We're down to the final seconds here, folks. The Falcon's first flanksman, Fiona, has taken out her slingshot. She's pulling it back, and she's beamed the glistening gargoyle, and the Fosca Falcons win! Congratulations to the Fosca family on another bloody successful family reunion.
I feel like no matter who I pick is always going to end up winning.
Lucky guess, kid. See you around.
I feel like that's always going to be the case. Hey, bud.
Lil, I'm being discreet. Isla bet me 5 gold that I couldn't steal a bottle of fizzy when Arda's distracted.
How are you planning to do that?
I figure if I wait long enough, one of the rats will bite her and she'll freak out and maybe run around a bit.
Solid plan.
I know there's a picture of a Cinnabon on the back there. That's cute.
Welcome to Garby's Emporium of Wonder. Lil, about time you showed up. I've had every mage in town come by the shop today trying to buy up all the power crystals.
Really? You mean you don't have any left?
I wouldn't have if I didn't hide a few away for my best customer.
I love you, man.
I'm your only customer.
You were my only customer, but now that I cornered the mage market, I don't know if I'll be able to keep these crystals in stock. Well, the good ones anyway. The mages didn't seem to have too much interest in the cheapo ones. Hey, by the way, before you get to shopping, this blowtorch you sold me with Fossey carved onto it? I've had the hardest time selling it. Maybe you'll want it back. Might come in handy. And I'll sell it to you for just 4 gold.
Ah, sure. I'll take it. Fossey. I feel like I've been hearing that lately. Like there's been something going on with it. Anyway, take that, and might as well get my truth sprays up to 3. Oh shit, they cost 60. Ooh, okay. Pleasure doing business with you. Fossey. Why do I feel like I've been hearing about that lately? Dolch. I mean, I guess I could just sell it again for 25, but I think I'll hold on to it for now.
We're all thinking of your dad.
There has to be something I can do with it.
I don't really have anywhere. I think I've done everything I need to do, but are you sure?
Yep, hit the hay. I'm actually getting very close to the end of the game because this was level 7, so we'll be on level 8 now. Reunited with his darling whelp, Grumpkin T. Dangworth was a changed man. Together, who traveled through Caldor, Lake Insel, and even summed in Fireball Canyon. He laughed as he had never laughed in all of his days, and their nights were filled with the food and wine, music and love. They ran, holding hands through fields of flowers. On one such sprint, Grumpkin clutched at his chest. His heart had overflowed. Miraculously, he suffered a massive heart attack. Try as he might to revive his former master and now true love, Whelp was unable to resuscitate the old man. A simple funeral was held, and the widower Whelp counted himself lucky to have ever had such a love as this. As for the substantial riches, they were held by Mr. Dunn, head of BS, until such time as Mr. Dankford's will was read. The old man had donated the entire of his fortune to the GLA. Small flower garden was built in his honor outside their headquarters. Thanks to his timely arrival back to the sprawl, Julian was able to prepare a lavish birthday party for his best friend, Gary. Every goblin, troll, halfling, cyclops, and mole person who was anyone was there. It was a bright spot in what had otherwise been a dark few months for the sprawl. As a birthday present, Julian gave Gary a pure, unrefined power crystal that he received from visiting the miners. The glint of its unearthly glow reflected in Gary's eyes as he inserted the powerful crystal into his protective wand. He thanked Julian profusely for the most precious present. It never left his sight from that day on. Next day, Julian presented the plans he was carrying to the city council. These plans detailed an extensive tunnel system to be dug underneath the walls of the sprawl, which would allow food to be secretly and safely moved into the sprawl right under the enemy's noses. The short period of deliberation, the council realized just how hungry they all were and unanimously approved the plan. Someone will be arriving to start digging the tunnel system soon, but it's all on the up and up and pretty hush. With new plans of bringing food into the city working their way through the bureaucracy of the sprawl, there were enough rations for refugees from Scarborough to eat, and a space was made for them at the refugee camp springing up down at the docks. The Duchess was not impressed by her new surroundings, but to be honest, she's a very difficult person to please. Swift Justice was visited upon the traitor who lured the drawbridge at Castle Scarborough in the middle of the night, allowing the enemy to enter and take control of the duchy. The villain was hanged in the town square. Brutal? Certainly. But this is war, and it's better to be safe than sorry. Plus, it made for a fine day's entertainment, as there are no video games in the sprawl to keep people amused. Wartime, Lil. War. War never changes. Battle! Well, that was unfortunate. British invasion force easily overpowered the garrison station at the Sprawlseeker Western Food Deposit. The man was ordered to burn all of the Sprawl's reserves food stores, not even taking any food for their own famished population. Our troops were not only defeated, but humiliated, and mostly dead. Although she was a capable soldier in her own right, Glorianne was distracted by Bosco's constant advances. In an attempt to win her over with a show of bravery, Bosco took down a dozen soldiers single-handedly. Unfortunately, they were all Sprawl forces, which was a real shock to morale, leading to the Sprawl surrender that night. Once Elmer John returned home, he brought a guitar, learned to play it, and wrote sad country songs. Nobody liked him, and he gave up playing the following year. Okay, so I fucked that up. I should have just had her in the army. Oh, level 9, okay. So I fucked that up.
To the highest levels of brutality ever recorded, with the pointless bloodshed sure to scar the psyche of all those involved for years to come. Haunting words from one of the survivors of last night's charity bake sale at the Garden District's Haven for the Elderly. And now, news from the war. The battle for the Western Food Reserve Grotto was lost. That is the only detail I have to report. And now, more exclusive audio from what has been dubbed the Goodies for Geezers Bake Sale Massacre.
Okay, I really gotta think of that then. That's my banana bread. Sword fighting?
What was that? Speak up.
Sound take bursting through the wall.
I wish my grandson was here.
Alright, but they're doing the same thing. Oh, that's a picture of her mom right there, I bet.
Hey, a letter arrived from Dad.
That was my fault.
Dear Lil, thanks for writing me back, but your letter concerned me. I'm sorry to hear that you and everyone aren't doing so well. Worrying about you kept me up all night. And the next day at roll call, when they were asking if anyone was a mechanic, I yawned and stretched and they thought I was volunteering. So now I'm stuck with mechanic duty for the next big battle. They say this time it'll be fought in the air, and it's my job to help repair the planes. Don't tell anyone, but I really don't know what I'm doing. But my grandfather was a master mechanic, and I'll always remember the words he said to me when I went to visit him as a kid.
What the hell are you doing here, kid? Get out of here! Can't you see I'm trying to look for things to fix so I don't have to spend time with your grandmother?
So I guess if I investigate each aircraft that comes my way, I'm sure I'll find something to fix. And then I'll help win the battle. Thanks, Granddad. That goes for you too. If you draft any would-be airmen, make sure there isn't anything on their end that needs fixing first. Anyways, I better go. Drop me a line again, will ya? But this time, maybe don't write such bad news. If I accidentally volunteer for something I'm not trained for again, who knows what'll happen?
So I gotta make sure there isn't anything on their end that needs fixing first. So basically if I...
I'm so glad he's okay. I'll write him another letter tonight.
Okay. I gotta really think about these draft people now. That first battle was rough. I should have either just had Bosco in or just what's her name in. My spies have informed me that there is an increasing dissatisfaction fostering distrust within the enemy's inner circle. Do with that information as you will, okay? In addition to the forces that were drafted, the outcome of the last battle was also due to the state of our equipment. Pay extra attention to what our men, women, and creatures are marching into battle with. Although their proposal for addressing our little food storage problem was rushed through council without their security or approval, please extend my associate from Catering Corps every possible courtesy. And don't trouble yourself too terribly with the nature of the plan. Nothing to see here, as they say. Guardsman Randy has been brought out of forced retirement to supervise our food storage. Welcome back, Randy. Middle manager Mike Melroy. I may have stolen a deck of tarot cards off an old lady wandering no-man type woman. So far, everything I've predicted has come true. Now the old bag yelled something about a curse if the cards were overused. As I was running away, but I'm sure it's nothing. Look at me, I'm batting 1,000. I've got all the answers. Call me now. Malcolm, fortune teller of the stars. Oh boy. Got 19 of these buckos.
Oh, unhand me, you fools! I must be granted entry immediately! Hear ye, hear ye! I have come to relay the terms of the immediate and unconditional surrender of the sprawl to the kingdom of Petran, as dictated by His Royal Highness Prince Phineas Pomp, heir to the throne of Petran. Prince Phineas, son of King Phineas and Queen Buttermilk, who was daughter of King Fangil, son of Queen Amelia, daughter of King Rupert, son of Queen Talia, daughter of King Salvatore, son of Queen Fenibel.
Yes, I know who he is. Remember? I told the princess not to marry him, and I'm feeling better about that choice by the second.
Let me in, peasant! Princess Desdemona!
Peasant? Wow, I didn't realize you were royalty.
Well, I'm not.
So that means you are also a peasant, right? And it's Queen Desdemona now, so put some respect on her name.
Very well. Let me in, person of equal social standing. Queen Desdemona will want to hear what I have to say.
This guy thinks he's my equal?
I don't think you were talking to me, but I...
Shh, you're right. I wasn't talking to you. I should probably just bounce his ass.
I kind of want to whip him, but let's x-ray him first, see if he has anything on him.
What the heck is that?
It is a hole in my heart, the shape of my beloved bugle. An official Petradian greeting bugle. It was my pride and joy, and the last time I was here, you snatched it away from me. How do you sleep at night?
Fine. Thanks for asking.
Whip him.
Ow! Ow! Okay, forget it. I was trying to help you, but never mind. At least I don't get whipped back in Petrad. The place may stink of egg farts, and I may spend my days being a human footstool for Prince Phineas, but whipped? Never. Good day. Actually, on second thought, bad day. I wish you a bad day.
Nah, maybe I should have not whipped him. It didn't seem like an immediate threat. Maybe things could have improved through diplomacy. Yeah, let's rewind this. I wonder if I kept the bugle and I gave it back to him without help.
Hand me, you... Hear ye, Prince, who was daughter of King Fangil, son of Queen Amelia. Daughter...
Yes.
Oh, because I was going through it, they did that, okay. Let me call Ash. See if she has, maybe he's a spy.
Terms of immediate and unconditional surrender, is it? Let them in, but make sure you know exactly what is on their mind. You know what they say, keep your enemies close, and your friends so close you're practically kissing.
Is that what they say?
Sure is, and I should know. I have a lot of friends.
With that philosophy, I'm not surprised.
Let me in. Well.
So that means. And it's Queen. Apart from the mistake of calling her princess, this guy sounds like he may have some important information.
I don't think you were talking to me, but you're right, I do. I don't mind wasting time here with you, to be honest. Things back in Petran are, in a word, bleak.
Bleak, you say?
Yes, quite bleak indeed. Supplies are in short, supply, and morale is at an all-time low. This war has taken a toll on the spirit of all Petradians. That is why I really think it best that I speak with Her Majesty in private.
Even if I'm not a big fan of Prince Phineas, it sounds like a lot of innocent people are suffering because of this war.
Indeed, they are.
Indeed, they are. Ah, fuck it, come on in.
Thank you. I'm sure your queen will be very
If I
excited
kept
to
the
hear
bugle,
these terms
I
of
probably
surrender
should have
for
done that,
herself.
so.
And perhaps we can figure out some way to put an end to this bloody war.
You're right to let them in, but you might have saved the advisors time by learning their full intentions. Yeah, I don't know what it would have been. Maybe the bugle or something? I don't know.
Ahoy, child manning the gate.
Ahoy! Adult in a basket?
Okay, you are definitely someone I need to draft, but...
Ha! I like your spirit. I am here to enlist in Her Majesty's Air Force. Once inflated, my grand contraption shall sail high above the clouds. First, I will destroy the enemy air force, and then it will take me no time at all to traverse the entire world at that altitude.
Wow, that sounds so cool. Traverse the entire world? In what exactly?
Why, it's a balloon, of course. When inflated to almost bursting, this ball will carry me up into the sky, keeping myself inside this wicker basket aloft. Simple science.
Wow.
I don't know if I should let you in. Lighter?
This is my heat source. Fire. You see, when I fill the balloon with hot air, it goes up. Boom. Science.
You can't just say, boom, science, and expect it to work. Do you actually think that tiny lighter is going to be strong enough to inflate a balloon that big?
Yes. Why? Do you have something more suitable?
I do!
Here, take this. I swiped it from a doe-eyed singing psychopath.
Huzzah! Thank you, child. With this, I could sail the world in perhaps even 76 days, give or take.
You know what? Come on in! You're drafted now! And I've solved their issue.
Tally-ho! Now I'll show those smug bastards
Granted,
at
I
the
don't
Royal
think
Academy
it's still
Club
as good,
who
but
doubted me. With this powerful new heat source, I shall sail high into the sky and into destiny itself. Bon voyage!
Enjoy the battle. remember you.
Really? Most people don't. Regardless, I am here today on behalf of Catering Corp regarding our services and food management. We are prepared to oversee the appropriate distribution of the Sprawl's food rations up until the time when this war is resolved in favor of either side.
Very heroic of you to volunteer aid.
The proposed services rendered come with a detailed budget and a projected ROI.
Less heroic.
Oh, goody! I've been expecting the Catering Corp to arrive with a plan to aid us with the food shortage crisis. It's said to be a good, solid plan, and a little more. And that's all I need to hear. Let him in at once so we can begin to address this population growth problem once and for all.
I thought it was a food ration problem.
Tomato, tomato.
It has come to our attention that the food rations are being severely mismanaged. If this trend is allowed to continue, the Sprawl will be completely out of food in a week.
Are you sure your numbers are correct?
Of course our numbers are correct. All we do is numbers. We eat, sleep, and breathe numbers.
Sounds like you take this pretty seriously. You must really enjoy cooking.
Cooking has nothing to do with it. This is all about cold, hard facts, which coincidentally is the temperature and consistency of our food.
Come on in. I feel like there's something I should learn a little bit more about, but for now, I can't really think of anything.
You may enter, and do your best to help us with our food crisis.
Thank you. We at Catering Corp know that you and your general population are going to enjoy eating Soylent Beige nutrient bars as much as we enjoyed making them.
Ow! Congratulations, you helped with the food shortage crisis. However, it comes at a terrible, terrible cost, but you helped with the food shortage crisis. How?
What's the holdup? I figured most of you Guardian Defender types would be out fighting on the front lines. Let's move it along. I got a Goblin Ball match to set up.
And you are?
Albert St. Lush, manager of the Sprawl Brawlers.
I didn't think any more home games were being played this season. You know, because of the siege of the Sprawl, the threat of invasion, and the ongoing war that could destroy us all.
Yeah. Let me in and I'll make sure we get one last game.
You sound very confident about that.
What's not to be confident about? I'm a Goblin Ball manager. I've been managing Goblin Ball since you was in diapers. Besides, I've got a plan how we can get a game going.
Okay, I've gotta know. How are you gonna field a team for a Goblin Ball match?
Most of the choice players from the Sprawl Brawlers are out fighting on the front, protecting the innocent, blah, blah, blah. My plan is grab the best looking prospects from whoever we've got defending the walls, load them up with, confidence, and put the team together. Easy peasy.
You think that the best of the rest from the Sprawl could really go toe-to-toe with a proper Goblin Ball team?
Absolutely. And just between you and me, I think there's a chance we may have the better team. Wink.
You didn't actually wink, you know. You just yelled the word wink.
Or did I?
Wink.
Yeah, you did. Twice.
Striker, what do you have to say?
Goblin Ball? Who has time to think about Goblin Ball right now? No, we do not want anything in the city that would distract us from trying to win the war right now. Smarten up, Lil.
I mean, that's what I figured, but like... Get out of here!
Look, can I level with you? I know this will weaken our defenses, but the Sprawl really needs this right now. I really need this right now. And you could probably use this envelope full of gold I've conveniently left for you right there out in the open.
Nah.
You never did like Goblin Ball, did you?
Honestly, not really. But my dad sure does.
Well, he's probably very disappointed in you right now. Good day.
Whatever, get out of here. Hey! It was absolutely the right thing for the Sprawl to spread thin resources, but now there won't be a Goblin Ball game, and where's the fun in that? You'll not be able to visit the arena. Well... Hey!
Echo!
Echo!
Oh my god, what a lame joke.
What is?
What is?
That your name is Echo and...
Echo! I love Echo. Whoever came up with Echo is great. I hate myself. Anyway, what brings you here, Echo?
What do you want, Echo? And don't you dare say Echo again.
All right, little sister. Chill out. You clearly don't have any of my peace blossom left.
What are you doing here?
The Mages Guild are all gathering in the Sprawl to discuss our place in the war efforts. Been a long time since we've all been summoned together like this.
Who summoned you?
The High Council of the Mages Guild summoned their membership by sending a glowing green light into the sky. A sort of signal that tells us we're all needed.
I get it. The Mage signal. Good thing you were looking up.
You're telling me?
Mash, what do you guys say about this?
Oh, this smelly old hippie again. Yes, he is to be permitted. I have no doubt he's talking your ear off. If I know one thing, I know this. You probably won't broaden your horizons by listening to any of his blabbering.
Listen, I gotta search you first, bud.
This here's my old power crystal. I don't usually carry it around, but with this gathering of the mages, I thought it might come in handy. Of course, it might not. Haven't used it in an awful long time.
I feel like I should confiscate this because it's probably not going to work, but on the off chance of the 35% of the chance that it could work, could very well do it. You know what? Take it back.
Yeah, this looks trash.
Yeah, there's around a 67% chance it is.
Anyway, come on in, Echo. I love you, and I'm sorry that I put you in jail, but hey, it was a different time. It was a different time.
Thanks, Lil. I better get to the Mages Guild. But first, I may stop by the Twisted Sister and grab some grub. Man, have I got a case of the munchies. Rock on, little buddy.
Rock on, little buddy. Party on, Garth. Party on, Wayne. He was here on official guild business. Sure, he's a stoner windbag, but he's good people. I'll take it. Got one more person. Is it an angry tree monster?
Whoa! Stand down, Peaches. It's all right. I'm here for the draft. Well, me and Peaches.
Hi! You're cute!
You can communicate with
Peaches. Uh-huh. She's really good at taking direction. Sometimes. I'm still getting the hang of it.
I mean, I trust that you're still getting the hang of it.
Your dragon's name is Peaches?
I didn't name her. She chose it.
She chose Peaches?
Yep. We tried Ragnar for a while.
Peaches, 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 ow, ow, ow.
But she really prefers Peaches.
I mean, you're coming in with a dragon. What is that?
This tin whistle is all I have to control Peaches. I wish I had something more substantial, but my dad took his whip with him. She doesn't seem to love the whistle.
Oh, if I still had the bugle! Ah, damn it. But she roars disappointedly, so maybe she doesn't like it in general? Ah, damn it.
My dad says that it's unlikely that we'll be called into the fighting today, as the enemy forces aren't really known for their air support, but I'm still really scared. I ride Peaches for fun. I'm no combat specialist, but I am here, ready to be counted if the Sprawl needs me. Or, more accurately, if the Sprawl needs Peaches.
You are so incredibly brave.
Oh gosh, thanks. I hope Peaches is ready for anything that comes our way. I know I'm nowhere near as good a rider as my dad, and I feel like I'm missing something. Oh well, I'm here and ready to go.
Listen, if I had the bugle, I would have brought you in, but I have to deny you because I have a feeling we will lose the fight. Plus, we haven't figured out your problem yet.
I may regret saying this, but I don't think I can send a kid to war in good conscience, even if you have a giant dragon to protect you.
Oh, thank goodness. Come on, Peaches, let's head home and practice some drills.
Listen, multiple playthroughs, man.
Attention! Second Lieutenant Wilbur Caboose Orville reporting for duty.
Are you talking to me?
Ma'am, yes ma'am. I have come from the training grounds at the GLA with the finest triplane that Goblin Engineering has to offer, and I am reporting for duty to join Her Majesty's Royal Air Force.
I don't know if this will be a good idea, but let's talk then. No.
Is that your plane?
Yes, ma'am, indeed it is. A sup with gobbo of primo make and model. As I said, the finest that Goblin Engineering has to offer. Would you like to know her name?
Sure. What's her name?
I call her the Green Baron.
Huh. I don't know much about planes, but I know what I like, and I like it.
Ha ha, bully.
Ha ha, bully. I hate that I used up all my thing.
I was born to fly. My parents even named me for it. Wilbur Orville, after the two Goblin inventors of the very first aeroplane. But it was the day I got my call sign at Top Cannon Academy that I was positive that this was the life for me. Of course, Caboose wouldn't have been my first choice, but as you can see, I do have a rather juicy posterior, if I do say so myself. I've been flying the Green Baron for years now, earned my wings under King Oswin himself. That was back when you didn't see a whole lot of goblins in the air. I spent a ton on human-colored makeup. She's a good plane, and true. It's what's inside that counts. Wink.
You've got a lot of confidence in your abilities. I like that in a pilot.
Not just a pilot, don't you know? Second Lieutenant. King Oswin promoted me himself just a few months before his untimely, mysterious passing.
Crazy. I might regret this, but sure, I'll bring you in.
All right, Second Lieutenant. Head in and report for duty.
And with that, I make for the skies.
I just hope we win this fight.
Look to the horizon. If you see a large flash followed by a giant boom, you'll know I've hit an inside the park home run. Ha ha ha. Wink.
Sweet Lord, what have I done?
Probably the wrong choice then.
Go for Lil.
Lil, Chuck here. I need you to get your butt down to the Goblin Liberation Army headquarters as soon as you can.
What's up, Chuck?
My wife, the princess, queen, still not used to that. She has me deploying various non-human agents, groups, and creatures to help with the war effort, and we've discovered a mole. Like a mole, not like a mole person. Well, I guess it could be a mole person. We're really not sure at this point. Can you come down to the GLA headquarters and help me sort this out?
I'll be there as soon as I'm done my shift.
Thanks, Lil. I'm sure you can help us identify the traitor in our midst.
Yep, sounds like something I'd be expected to do.
Oh, Blordy. Ugh. It's my worst one yet. It's all because of not him, but this guy. Oh, maybe I should have rewinded. I didn't feel good about that last dude. Well, we are dealt with the hands we are dealt.
Lil, thanks for coming. Are you ready to help us whack-a-mole?
What's the scoop so far?
Yesterday, we captured an enemy spy who confessed that they were meeting with their informant, who is part of the GLA. But before we could get a name out of them, the spy chomped down on a poisoned tooth. We've gathered 6 suspects. One of them is definitely the traitor, but so far they're all sticking to their stories.
Couldn't you just get a mage to put a spell on them? Or better yet, I could go get some truth spray from the shed and be done with this in a flash.
Good thinking. But the guilty party could have built up a tolerance to truth sprays, or be in league with a corrupted wizard from the guild. Your deduction skills are the only method we can truly trust. Think you can help us out?
Well, I have done this once before, but it was a low-stakes situation with my little friends. I guess I'll see what I can figure out.
Oh, yeah.
You can interact with each of them twice. They'll just repeat their stories after that. See if you can detect any inconsistencies about their whereabouts last night, and catch them at a lie.
Last night, I was here with Chuck organizing flyers for the war rally. You can ask him yourself, but if you're looking for a mole, look to my left. They're literally a mole. What more could you ask for? Chuck will vouch for me. I was here. I've got Brawler Seasons tickets, so some nights I'm at the arena, but last night they were playing out of town. As to who the traitor is, I don't know what else to tell you. Don't overthink it. They're a freaking mole person. You're looking for a mole! Come on!
So, Lil, who is it? Who is the traitor?
I'm not sure. Give me a sec.
Last night?
Listen, I know everyone's gonna think it was me because I'm a literal mole. But last night I was at a bar in Little Ogre Town watching the Goblin ball game, I swear. I never miss a game, even when they're out of town like they were last night.
Yes, they were out of town last night, so... I
honestly have no idea who the traitor is. But all I know is that it's not me. Ask anyone who works at the bar in Little Ogre Town. They'll remember me. I'm a really bad tipper.
I was at a friend's house. A friend who was out of town. I was at their house while they were out of town. They asked me to water their plants while they were out of town. It's the truth.
So far, you're the most suspicious one, but I'm not. I'm keeping an open mind.
It was. All right, fine. You caught me. I didn't go to a friend's house to water their plants. I was out on a date with a human I met last week. Guess I still feel weird talking about it, but the date went great.
I feel like that's probably true.
I know where I was last night. I was at the big game happening downtown, but I'm more concerned about the big guy to my right.
Okay, you are the traitor.
Have you ever met a troll you liked or even trusted? Something seems fishy about his story, if you ask me.
Because the Goblin Ball game was a away game.
I told you, I was at the Goblin Ball Arena last night. I live around the corner from the stadium, so after the match I went straight home, no funny business. I'd ask that elf. Hard to trust those uptight, pointy-eared snobs.
I was quietly meditating in my chambers last eve. The degrading acts of skulking in shadows you're picturing are obviously more in line with a creature half the honor of an elf. Someone like a halfling, perhaps? They're half the size, therefore they're half as trustworthy. Stop wasting everyone's time, and accuse that suspicious-looking halfling already.
Last night I was attending my sister-in-law's cousin's nephew's birthday party. It was quiet down by the Goblin Bowl arena, with it being an away game and all, so I didn't see anyone on my way home. I don't know why anyone would suspect me. I have a leftover apple tart in my freezer to prove it. Fine, I'll confess. I don't actually have any leftover apple tart in my freezer because I ate it on the way home. My sister-in-law's cousin's nephew's mother is a professional cook and I couldn't resist. You should lock her up for the crime of making irresistible desserts.
So, Lil, who is it? Who is the traitor?
I think it was...
It's you. No, it's this dude.
the Cyclops.
What? Why me?
Because you claimed you went to the Goblin Ball match last night, but the Brawlers played an away game. You're clearly lying.
Very clever, little girl, but it's no matter. You and your kingdom will burn, and out of the ashes a new glorious nation shall be born.
Take them away, Carl.
Good work, Lil. We couldn't have done it without you. We'll make sure they're properly punished for their crimes.
Oh, just one more thing before I go.
Yes?
Like TV's Columbo.
I got nothing. I just always wanted to say that.
Oh, just one more thing before I go. Just one more thing. Columbo's a good show, man. I have a feeling I fucked up the battle. But I'm gonna stick with my decisions. I mean, except for the few times that I do rewind, you know?
Oh, hi, Lil. Back home after a long day's work?
I'll say this. I'll stick with my decisions when I leave the guard shed.
You know it.
What a laugh. You, a working stiff.
It's a riot. Hey, Arda, you got a pen and paper? I want to send my dad another letter.
Oh, sure. Here you go.
This time, I really want to cheer Dad up. What kind of joke should I tell him?
We'll write a letter that includes a really, really good joke. Are you sure? We'll write a letter that includes a really, really dirty joke. I'll write a good joke. He wants some positivity or something. We'll stick with it. I'm sure it doesn't matter. I'm sure no matter what I pick. Maybe not. I don't know.
That should put a smile on his face. Thanks, Arda. Can you send it for me?
My pleasure. I know how much your dad loves to hear from you. We're all thinking of your dad, Lil.
Thanks.
The Mages Guild is gathering in the sprawl to discuss our place in the war efforts. Been a long time since we've all been summoned together like this.
When was that?
The last time was the only time. It was the founding of the Mages Guild itself. Before that, we were divided into factions, gathering with other mages who shared our sense and sensibilities.
Jane Goblin Austin. Yeah, I'm a reader.
Are you sure interested in hearing about more lore from this aging stoner? Hells yeah.
The reason I founded the Mages Guild was so that we wouldn't have to all gather together this way. It was a set of guiding principles that all mages would adhere to. So if you knew a mage, you knew what to expect. Kept people from fearing us.
That sounds to me like a good thing. A set of governing rules to make sure people feel safe? Am I wrong?
I don't think you are, but darker forces in the guild sure do. They think the rules are too strict. They want to use magic to control people, and eventually, the whole kingdom. If we don't stop them, there could be a rift in the guild itself with mages on both sides. It's getting pretty hairy.
Thanks for the chat.
Anytime, little buddy.
Anytime, little buddy.
Thanks for the chat.
Anytime.
Oh, this is so weird, being out with you. Anybody could see.
Aw, honey. It's what's on the inside that matters. I'm not embarrassed to be seen with you.
Aww.
Embarrassed to be seen with me? I'm worried someone's going to see me with a human and tell my mother.
Oh, brother.
Him too.
Him too.
Baby, relax. Take a deep breath.
Ah, you're right. You do look pretty tonight.
That's more like it.
Him too.
Lil, how are you holding up?
Not too many game overs today, Garbs.
I'm not really sure what that means, but maybe I've got something for it.
Yeah, I think I'm good on like. I think I should just focus on upgrading my stuff. I think I'm good on gems for now. Alright, let's see how horrible this war fight goes. I hope we win it. If we don't, then I'm really seriously will have to consider thinking about really doubling considering these people I
think
draft.
I've done everything I need to do, but are you sure you're ready to hit the hay?
The Petran envoy, Friend Harcourt III, delivered his message to the palace and defected to the sprawl to live out its days. Man and shop that repaired bugles and any other brass instruments that require and peruse importance. Couldn't be happier in his new adopted home. Queen was able to use the top secret battle plans to shore up the sprawl's defenses, which made a huge difference, at least for a few days. After entering the sprawl, the catering corps rep went straight to work distributing the food supply bars known as Soylent Beige. They were an instant hit. People lived lined up for blocks crammed the stores, with fist fights and even riots occurring in a few cases. Make room, they'd yell, but no one would listen. They all wanted was a taste of those dense but nutritious Soylent Beige bars. People are crazy about Soylent Beige for their amazing flavor, but no one could puzzle out the secret ingredient, and everyone agreed about the warm, nostalgic sensation. Like they were eating their own grandparents' cooking. An official rep from the company would later explain that if they were to just remove the word cooking from the previous statement, they would have discovered the secret ingredient. Yeah, I was about to say, because it's Soylent Green! Soylent Green is people! That's the thing. Denied his planned big comeback Goblin ball game, Albert St. Lush wasn't able to convince a single pro team to hire him as their manager. So he says Laura went on to coach at the minor league level, until a doping scandal got him fired from that job too. He repeated this process for teams in AAA, AA, Single A, etc., etc., until he finally wound up coaching a Little League Goblin ball team, the Sprawl Sprouts, for children 12 and under. They were some of the most suspiciously large fourth graders you ever saw. They swept the season. I wonder why. Echo arrived at the guild hall just in time to speak out against Tyronius and his plans to demand greatly increased powers for the mages from the queen. Echo successfully argued that the guild should use its power to supply the city council and guard corps and help the people the war was hurting instead. Due to Echo's timely intervention, Tyronius did not get the 2/3 majority vote they needed. Yes! He and his followers loudly insisted that the election was stolen, and Tyronius vowed to use his power to stop this war, by any means necessary. His people formed a radical group that dubbed itself the Freedom Caucus, and they soon vacated the guild hall in a huff. Oh boy. Echo breathed a sigh of relief at the job well done. He took a trip to his favorite haunt, the Sprawl's premier bowling alley, Pinheads. It was a pretty righteous way to end the day. Righteous! Correctly identified as being the traitor, the guilty Cyclops was lowered into the capital and flung at a brick wall the next morning. There was much rejoicing. Sprawl and secrets were now safe thanks to your masterful detective work. Well, I'm doing great-ish, I feel. Some aspects. Hey, we're going to win this one. Good. Or not. I feel like they did less than half of my health the first time, so I'm like, hey, sweet, we'll win. As the dawn sun rose, it was clear the Sprawl had lost. Their airborne defense shattered. There was now no way to protect themselves from attacks coming from above. People in Sprawl watched helplessly as the enemies wrote message in the sky. Surrender little. Most people thought the message must be a typo, but its looming presence has a severe impact on the city's morale. Using the blowtorch she gave him, Professor Prong inflated his contraption and rose high into the sky. From his basket, he wrought havoc upon the enemy, even fleeing his poops at enemy vessels from above. The aging academic patted himself on the back at a job well done. I feel like he was the perfect one. I probably would have been fine with just him. Despite the fact that she had riding a literal dragon, the little dragon rider was denied a place among the Sprawl's defense forces, so they went home. I'm sorry. I didn't think they would have... I don't know. If I had the trombone, Sprawl was mortified when he realized he fought to leave them his trusty bullwhip. He forgot to leave them his trusty bullwhip. He resolved right then and there to never leave her in charge again, and he swore off going down to the pub to bet on Goblin Ball for good. Well, happy ending with that, I suppose. While sitting on the runaway of the Sprawl airfield, the inside the park home run bomb sitting in the Green Baron's hold accidentally detonated. Yeah, I knew I should have denied him. Destroy the entire airfield and a nearby park, leaving up to its horrible name. A plague was later affixed to the park bench ceremony, this utterly stupid, completely avoidable tragedy. Yeah, that was my fault. Really got like focus now on these drafts. We haven't won any, and we're getting pretty close to the end of the game here. But all right, guys. That is going to do it for this part of Let's Play Lil Guardsman. In the next part, guys, we're getting very close. There's only 12, there is only 12 chapters, so we'll see. So I think I did fine. I think literally if I just didn't bring in the other dude, that second guy, I think we would have won it. I don't know. It's hard to say. I hope we win the next fight. There's not that many left. There's at least 2. I don't know how 12 will work, but we'll see. So anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give that like button a click and comment down below what you like about the video, didn't like about the video, and let me know, guys, what do you think of this section of the game? I actually really like it. The fact that we're like drafting people to war now is really good, and I feel like we would have been fine if I either drafted just the lady or just Bosco in the war. Maybe just Bosco would have been fine if I didn't draft her. I don't know. It's one of those things that's like, I feel like it was one or the other. As long as if I had just one of them in, it would have been fine and everything would have been better. But that's just my 2 cents. So yeah, let me know how you guys feel about it. And as always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. And subscribe to the main channel too. That's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter. Both my main Twitter, the RBG, Kim Kid Twitter are in there too. And thank you all so much for watching once again. And I will see you all next time.